take a look at how you can lock bill rates in Ravetree. So first we're going to create a project, and then we go to the accounting section. The project needs to be billable and it needs to be time and materials. Okay. You'll also notice that we have a variable rate set for the project. Okay. The alternative is you could have a fixed rate, in which case the rate locking feature is not available. It wouldn't make sense because this is where you control the bill rate. However, when the bill rate is set to variable, as a reminder, what that means is that the rate is determined by the project members. Okay. So here we have Mark, he's a designer, and we're clearly stating that his bill rate will be the rate associated with that work role. There are other options, but let's just leave it set to that for now. So the rate locking feature is a way to clearly specify whether or not any updates that might be made to that work role's bill rate are received at the project level or not. So it's locked right now, meaning the bill rate linked to the designer work role is basically going to be set for the entire duration of the project. It could be that somebody goes and updates that bill rate while you're still working on the project, and that's fine. You can safely know that it will continue to use that same bill rate. And this is important because you may have negotiated different rates with your client and you want to ensure that those rates will always be applied for this project. Now, likewise, you can also set the rate locking feature on individual work items. So let's click over here on the accounting section. Similar to what we saw with the project, it needs to be billable, and we're going to change it from fixed fee to time and materials. And this one defaulted to being a custom rate, in which case the rate locking feature does not apply. However, if you specify that the bill rate comes from the member rate, it will be locked. Same thing with the work role. So if the work role is determining the bill rate, you can specify if it's locked or not. Now, in this case, it's telling us the rate is 0. And if we go over here, we can see that, well, we haven't actually selected a work role. So if we then, let's say engineer. So now we can see the work role rate for engineer is $250 an hour. And we are locking that rate so that if someone were to make an update to that bill rate, and this is something that you would do in the admin section of Ravetree, that change would not be reflected on this work item. So you could have a work item inside of a project where the project has rate locking turned on, and you could have it turned off for the work item. Likewise, you could have it turned off for the project, but maybe a specific work item, you can lock the rate. So in this way, you've got really fine-tuned control over how updates to bill rates can sort of propagate through work items and projects.